Hey, Tyler, can you hear me and see me?
Yeah.
All right, hey, how's it going, man? Again, it's Steve from Globe Life, the American Income Division. I spoke with you earlier, about the benefits set up through your union. I think it was Teamsters 988.
Yes.
Awesome, man. Is Bree there?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, cool, awesome. Um, yeah, so man, so great. They thought it was important enough for me to see everyone personally. But don't worry, I'm not going to take much of y'all's time. I'm go ahead and get over with your benefits and get y'all off the Zoom call. Um, so let me go ahead and get started while I get everything set up. It says here you live in College Station. You from there?
No, I'm
You're
not.
not.
I'm
Where are
from
you originally from? Texas.
yeah, Texas.
Okay.
I'm from Schulenburg.
Oh, you're from Schulenburg.
Yeah, middle of nowhere.
Man, you're not gonna believe it. I'm actually from Welder, man, on the other side of Flat Tony, on the other side of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a
What a
small world, right?
coincidence. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. I know. I was like, man, it kind of look familiar. You played on any athletic teams or play for any um, you know, collegiate teams, anything like that?
Nah, I never got to become a college athlete, but I was on the swim team for Schulenburg, and
Oh,
I
okay, okay.
pretty prevalent on there. And then I also played soccer for Flatonia for a while in their select team. And then I played soccer for LaGrange. So I love
Oh,
soccer.
man, I was wondering why you look so familiar. I had another buddy. He would practice in Flatonia all the time. At their park over there. So I may have seen you. That's why I was like, man, you look kind of familiar. But it's a small world, man. It's crazy, but it's like again, it's a pleasure meeting y'all. And man, I was like, this guy seems familiar. But yeah, I was just getting everything set up for y'all. But like I said, man, I know y'all probably dying to know. So I'm gonna tell you exactly why I'm visiting with y'all. All right. My job is it's basic. I just go over your no cost benefits that already have been set up for you through your union, and I'm gonna go over some additional benefits that you might qualify for. Just so you know, to give you a little background on our company, American Income, we work with over 20,000 different credit unions, the unions general association throughout the United States. So look, whether you can agree with it or not, um, everyone knows that we have the best benefits. All right. A reason that is because of our relationship with the American Income for the past 60 plus years. All right. As you can imagine, they got me running around like crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, jump into your no cost benefits. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Do you have any question about anything?
No.
Okay. So your first no cost benefit is gonna be our child safe ID kit. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and oh, sorry, I'm silence my phone. Um, it's endorsed by the International Unit Police Associations. I'm sure you know a bunch of families, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that Texas leads the nation in abductions?
I had no idea.
Did you know that 93% of children that aren't found within the first 24 hours, they're never found.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can see why this is important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they've decided to create the most comprehensive app to help find a missing child. So I'm gonna send you the photo of what the app looks like. It's going to send you. I'm also going to send you some instructions. It's real easy, real simple, in setting this up. Can you imagine if your child went missing? Can you see how important this would be?
Definitely.
Being
I have
that
two
it's
little guys.
endorsed, yeah, absolutely. Being the endorsed company by an international unit of police associations, they're asking that you refer at least 5 families, um, for this app. You mentioned you do some families with children. Everyone always wants to put down dozens of people and give them helped out. Let's just start off with the closest people to you. Who's the first person that comes to mind?
I would say Javion Lar,
Okay, where's he live
Cyprus,
and what's his number?
281-776-3321.
Okay, who's next?
Jeffrey Lar, he's also in Cyprus,
All right,
713-776-8233.
okay, who's next?
Next is going to be Jacqueline Hatfield,
Okay,
332-772-8331. She's
who's
from
next?
Schulenburg.
Go ahead.
Um, the next person would be Bree, and that one would be 281-772-3367, and that's in College Station.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I think that's about it.
Okay. Awesome, man. That's the beauty of it is they're going to be able to get sponsored in because rather than being like how for you for your union, they're sponsored in because you're the union. Um, but appreciate that. The next one, this no cost benefit is going to be the AIL. I always mess it up. Plus discount card. How are your benefits to work?
They're okay.
They're okay. Well, if they're just okay, man, you're absolutely going to love this. I'm sure you know by now that you can rely on your group benefits since you don't control them and they could change at any time. Um, Let me ask you this. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. So this no cost benefit will help with some of these gaps by giving you up to 85% discount on things like dental, vision, prescription drugs, hearing aids, telemedicine, chiropractic services. Your membership requires an annual renewal, and that's also at no cost to you. So um, we'll let you know whenever it's time to renew. Um, you won't have to think about it. People always tell me that they didn't think they'd use it very much, but find themselves using this product all the time. Again, at no cost, it's good for an extra peace of mind. You'll receive an activation email within the next few days. So be on the lookout for that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this no cost benefit is the accidental death and dismemberment certificate. Um, so this is a living benefit that pays you $2,000 for the loss of one hand, 1 foot, or sight in one eye, and double that amount, or $4,000 for the loss of any two. Bree, for you, this death benefit would pay you $4,000 should Joe die accidentally. Now I know that $4,000 doesn't really seem like all the money in the world, and really it's not. I mean, if we're being honest, but if Tyler were to die, his paycheck would die with him, sadly, and I'd imagine that crunch a big hole in your budget, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see how this would definitely help, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and get this email sent to you, the certificate for your records. You'll receive a green certificate in the mail, and you'll fill it out completely and send it to the PO box at the top to ensure that you're covered.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, one more thing I need to do um, is put two emergency contacts on here in the event that y'all were to die together in a common accident. So um, it would be wise, if they live in Texas, over the age of 18, and living outside of your home. Who's the first emergency contact?
Anita Ronashek,
Okay, her number.
979-820-6933.
Where does she live?
Schillenberg.
Okay. And who's the second?
The second is going to be um Arthur Ochoa. He's in Schillenberg.
Okay. Give them.
512-338-1263.
All righty. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of information real quick. Um, And when I give you this phone number, just be sure you write it down. Now, when something happens to you, you're going to need to contact our local office number. So whenever you're ready, just let me know. I'll give you that number.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, it's 832
Okay.
327
Okay.
0800.
Okay.
So your family gets the money that they're entitled to. I'm going to be calling your emergency contacts personally, so they know what to do in the event of a claim. If you could please give them a heads up, that they'll be hearing from me. In addition, if they choose, they'll also have to, they'll have access to thanks to you. Um, all right. Now, Tyler, this policy is just on you, but the second part of the benefit is that you can extend to your closest family members and have no cost to them or you. So how this works, let's say, God forbid, Anita were to die in an accident. A $2,000 policy just like yours will pay out to her, and her family at no cost to you or them. All you're doing is giving them the option to take advantage of this, just like you did. The ability to extend this is tied to my visit with you today because of your enrollment period. So it's important not to prejudge anyone's situation and just let them decide for themselves. Now they give you $20,000 worth of this benefit, which means you can extend it to up to 10 families. Obviously, your emergency contacts will automatically be included. So, Javion, Jeffrey, Jacqueline, Bree, Anita, they're already taken care of. That leaves, 8 more. If you mentioned that you had, other family members, people with kids, anybody, close coworkers, anything like that, let's get him or her, signed up for this. How'd you, what would you say is your closest coworker's name?
Dylan Rankin.
Okay. And his number?
His number is 123-636-1287.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that puts us with 10 total. So
Perfect.
we're good on that. All right. So Tyler, just so just to make sure you give the families an extended, no cost benefits to a caller, just with a simple call or text, letting them know that I'll be calling them within the next few days. As long as you give them a heads up, they're really happy. But if I can call them and they don't know who I am or why I'm calling, like who is it? Sometimes they get confused and they might get a little bit upset with not just me, but both of us. So please, please, please let them know. Can you make sure? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate that so much. So Tyler and Bree, now I'm going to jump right into reviewing the exclusive benefits that you might qualify for. All of the families that I see love this part of the program, and it's why 20,000 different groups handpicked American Income to handle their permanent and portable benefits for the last 60 plus years. All right, so your next no-cost benefit they set up for you is the needs analysis software. I'm going to ask you some questions, and there's no need. It won't make any recommendations. If there is a need, then I'll need to review the recommendation with you. Before I do, let me show you, my license here in the state of Texas. Give me one second. Show you. All right, let me see if I can start the share screen. I'm not too tech savvy with all the technology these days. Trust me.
With that mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, man, it's just too much. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, man. Tell you, man, it was no joke getting this thing, man.
Yeah.
It was like stress. I felt like I was back in college. Like, golly, man.
Understood.
All right, so now that I've shown you that. Oh, I just what screen. All right. All right, yeah. So now that you're seeing that, I'm a licensed professional to handle these kinds of benefits. Before I jump into the survey, I have a few preliminary qualifications to review with you. Number one, you must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored in by someone who is. We're good there, obviously, right? You must have an active checking account with a traditional brick and motor bank or a credit union. Who is your checking account with?
Chase.
Chase, okay, Chase Bank. Um, so online banks such as Chime, Green Dot, Chase Liquid, Wells Fargo, Cash App, Acorns, Revolut, etc., are not compatible with the program. Um, so your bank's not an online bank, is it?
No,
Okay. Have you or anyone in the household been diagnosed with COVID-19 virus in the past year, 12 months? If so, when were it? I mean, have they? No.
no.
Okay, we're good there. Okay. Okay, great. So before I go any further, it looks like the needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage. Um, so I'm gonna have to read off the. I'm gonna show you the what's called a mandatory read off letter. Um, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you that. Um,
Did
Sorry, what you said?
did you need to ask me any questions?
Yeah. So, have you had any internal cancer in the past 2 years?
No,
Any insulin diabetes?
no,
All right. And cardiovascular disease at all?
no,
Are you currently using external oxygen?
no,
Terminal illness?
no,
Alzheimer's?
no,
Any use of any form of tobacco in the past 12 months,
no,
including vapes, anything like that?
no,
Uh, are you on probation or parole currently?
no,
Have you been arrested or convicted of a DUI?
no.
And what is your monthly income?
4,000.
Okay. And for Bree?
2,000.
All right. And do you currently have any insurance through work?
No,
Okay. And do you have any life insurance outside of work?
no, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Okay. For some reason, I cannot get to the bottom of my form here. Um. Okay. I got that done. Press submit real quick. Okay, so I'm waiting for that mandatory read off letter to. pop up here. Sorry about that. My computer runs a little bit slow. You
No, you're fine. Thanks for not making it awkward.
Living out of the country, our connection ain't always the greatest, the quickest, right?
Definitely.
All right, finally. Man, it's like back in the days when we had dial-up, man. All right, so can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. Let me move this other stuff out of the way here because I cannot even see it myself. All right. So, like I was saying earlier about the needs analysis, with the gaps in your coverage, it's mandatory that I have to read this letter to you. I mean, as you can see, it explains how the enrollment process works. So Tyler and Bree, instead of reading the whole thing, I'm gonna just summarize it for you. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, what it's saying is, if as I'm going through the benefits with you, you're nodding in your head, thinking, "Wow, these are some great benefits," and I can see why 20,000 groups approve this and why everyone's doing it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, to apply today. On the flip side, if I'm going through these benefits and you're thinking to yourself, these are really some great benefits, but they don't fill a need for me or my family right now, then I'm actually going to ask you not to apply. Either way, yes or no, that decision, does have to be made today during your service period. In fairness to all the other members waiting to enroll, you'll see, what they did is they set up for it to be a no-brainer. It's going to be real easy, yes or no. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So whatever you decide to do, they don't want me to they want you to give your opinion in a Google review, which is sort of like my report card. I think, I try to get a 5-star rating every time. It's so important, to stop me from, oh man, my phone keeps going off. It's so important to stop me if you have any questions. Okay. Does that make sense? Will you stop me if you have any questions?
Yes.
Okay. Bree, will you do the same?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. um, so let me take this down real quick. All right. So as you know, over the years, we go through, contract negotiations and benefit changes at work. It's give and take. Lately, it seems like, we're paying for a lot more, but getting a lot less. The company has a labor advisory board of 50 international union presidents whose main job is to provide the best wages and benefits for their members. For their feedback, along with the feedback from members like you, they came up with a list of concerns that applies to all working families, whether they're union or not. Okay.
Okay.
So their first concern, you can see at at the top of the list is the copays, deductibles, and lost wages. So health insurance pays the doctors, but members lose wages due to the time off work and out-of-pocket experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 would be funeral and final expenses. Many families don't have $14,000 for final expenses. I mean, come on, it's not just lying around anywhere for a lot of people. But funeral homes usually, the second one will be funeral and final expenses will be that funeral homes usually want to get paid right away.
That makes sense.
Number 3 would be
The
a paycheck.
work of family is one of the most beautiful and valued things in life. For this reason,
can you hear that?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. It just started playing the the free will kit video. I'm sorry. Like I said, man, I'm not too tech savvy. I apologize for that.
No worries.
But man, that's embarrassing. But when the third one, stay on track here, is paycheck loss. When a member dies and the paycheck usually dies with them. Okay, number 4 on that's going to be mortgage and rent. Families may lose their home after a sudden death of the breadwinner, right?
Yeah.
Number 5 is going to be children's protection. So benefits provided through a job are typically, not permanent for children, which can create that risk. And an unexpected death could jeopardize the future education opportunities for their children. You know what I mean? So number 6 on that list is going to be terminal illness. All right, like cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, men have a 1 in 2 lifetime chance of developing or dying from cancer. Well, for women, it's 1 in 3.
Wow.
Medical expenses are leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States for the terminal illness. All right, now group benefits is going to be the 7th concern, which is going to be, group benefits are great, right? But they can change at any time, so it's really out of your control. Members lose benefits at retirement or if they're experiencing a long illness before death. All right.
That makes sense.
All right. So the last one is going to be affordability. All right. Now, to take care of, all of these concerns, it's usually just way too expensive. But since we sit down with people making, $7 an hour and some people making $77 an hour, some are working tons of overtime and some are retired or laid off. Regardless of the situation, they wanted this to be affordable for everybody. The way this is set up, Tyler, let's imagine your boss comes up to you at work and tells you that, because things have been going so well, they're going to start paying you 41 hours instead of 40. Now, with that 1 hour, are you going to tell your wife that it's time to, buy matching Ferraris?
No.
No. Are you going to call your travel agent and book your, your dream vacation?
No.
No. I mean, like, are you going to start construction on your dream home or anything like that?
No.
Like, no, of course not. Like, all right, but now let's flip it. Like, let's say work gets a little slow and your boss comes up to you and tells you that instead of laying you off, and some of your coworkers, that they're just going to send, everyone home an hour early on Friday. So you'd be working 39 hours instead of 40. Would you, get rid of your car or your cell phone?
No.
No, I mean, cancel your TV subscription like Netflix or anything? Like,
no.
No, I mean, exactly. Like the idea that 1 hour isn't going to change your lifestyle, like that's why we set it up this way. So let me show you, how 1 hour takes care of your concerns. All right, and again, I know you wrote down some information earlier. If you still got that pen and paper, I'm going to try to illustrate,
Yeah.
some things for you. So just get ready to write some down real quick. All right, so basically, what I'm going to use to illustrate, to show you what's been set up for you. Let's imagine that, you go into work tomorrow. Right now, I want you to write down, like, basically y'all both have job A, right? Like 2-section job A, which is the job here on the, on the left side, but you wrote down. You have your normal group benefits with job A, you're making $14.75 a week. Let's say that another job opens up, and we'll call that one job B. So write another column, put job B. If you have the same group benefits, the same coworkers, same responsibilities, same everything. The only difference is the income. So instead of $14.75 per week, you're making $14.35, which is about an hour wage difference. So which, like you said before, wouldn't change anything for you. So they took that hour that didn't mean much, and they decided to put it towards something that would. Which is handling these concerns in a very, straightforward, simple way. All right. So your first benefit covers your entire family. All right, due to any sort of accident. Okay, like I said before, health and insurance is going. Health and insurance group benefits are great, but they don't cover everything. This program pays you up to $100 every time you go to the doctor, urgent care or hospital, or have any accident or injury, whether that's a bump, a bruise, or like a bee sting. If you end up overnight at a hospital, your program actually pays you $200 per night, and double that for intensive care, $400 a day. All right, so let's say that you have an accident and you end up in the hospital for 5 days. By having this in place, it would pay you $1,000 tax free. So, considering that you're not working, making money, do you see how this money would help, take care of some of the bills?
Yeah.
Okay. On top of that, you'll get $10,000 for the loss of any hand, a foot, a sight in one eye, or double that, $20,000 in loss of any two. So the last part of this benefit provides an additional $20,000 to $100,000 accidental death benefit, depending on the type of accident, right? As you can see with your current job, none of this is covered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Okay, so the next concern has to do with your funeral and final expenses. There's a 100% chance that you'll use this one, right? This one's the freedom of choice certificate. Then I'm gonna show you this one real quick. Don't know how I got on this.
And saying goodbye to a loved one can be difficult.
I can't exit this for some reason. I gotta take this video off of here. Okay. Okay. None of the videos. So it's just unlimited videos.
Everyone
So I'm gonna just have to text you the certificate, okay? I'm having some problems with it.
No worries. That's perfect.
All right. So once you get that freedom of choice certificate, I'm gonna text it to you right now. Did you get it?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay. So this will take care of your, the financial burden. So basically your family doesn't have to, right? The freedom of choice benefit, it's already been set up with every funeral home in Texas. Your freedom of choice certificate is worth $30,000. Okay. So the funeral home director will simply call the number, the front of the certificate, and American Income will take care of everything for you, including sending the remaining money to your family tax-free.
Oh, wow.
So they're using a permanent benefit to fund your freedom of choice. That way, it's there when and not if your family needs it. So Bree, on your worst day of your life, can you see how this could make things a little bit easier for you and, the children?
Yeah.
So right now you don't have, anything like this in place. All right. So when something happens to Tyler, you're probably going to miss him. Right? That's obvious, right?
Yeah.
But after a few weeks go by, aside of missing Tyler, what else do you think the family's going to miss?
Probably his paycheck.
Exactly. The income, right? So your program provides a total of $1,000. That's crazy. $100,000 that pays out of any kind of death that taking care of this concern for you. Bree, this would give you and the children, $2,700 every 3 months for 3 years, just like Tyler was there. This gives you time to figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, any of the insurance, money. Right now, as it stands, there is no monthly income replacement that y'all have. So
right.
Besides, their income, the next thing people want secured for their family is their home, right? That's exactly why the benefit software is recommending mortgage and rent protection. Your program includes $100,000 of coverage for you. Tyler, statistically, if you were to die during your working years, it's probably not going to be a health issue like a stroke or a heart attack. It'd probably be due to an accident.
Right.
So this is funded by an accidental death benefit to save you money. Right now, with your current job, they aren't going to pay you. They're going to pay your mortgage. You know, when something happens, this program does. So the next concern that the benefit software found is that had to do with your children's future education. Most families I see tell me that they want their kids to have the option to go into college, right? So statistically, the biggest thing that would prevent that exact thing from happening is if the kids lose one or both of their parents while they're minors. So the benefit software is giving you $100,000 for the college fund, which breaks down to $50,000 for each of your two children. I mean, that's huge, right?
Yeah.
As you can see right now, you don't have that. All right. So also was included is a special $10,000 life insurance plan for all of your children. 18 or younger that qualify, right? So when they turn 21, they could convert this 5 times the amount, or $50,000, right, of permanent life insurance with no health questions. So having life insurance with no health questions asked, right? So having this in place may be their key to getting coverage later on, when they may, otherwise not be able to qualify due to a lot of reasons. So your current group benefits, again, don't provide anything permanent for your children. Right. Another important feature of this program is that if you are diagnosed with a terminal illness such as cancer, you can access half of your freedom of choice and income protection benefit while you're alive, right? Wow. So yeah, that's a big one, right? So they are providing you with $65,000 for that fund. So Tyler and Bree, this gives you the chance to put your family in the best situation, financially, like if anything were to go worse, like, so the remainder of your benefit would pay out to your family as a death benefit. Your current benefits don't provide anything like this, So as you can see, they thought of pretty much everything. Like they've got you covered, man. Unlike your group benefits, which you can lose, these benefits are permanent and portable, right? So if you leave your job, you retire, or you just leave the union in general, like you keep these. So in addition, if you're on a qualified layoff, they'll cover these benefits for you for 3 months exactly. If you're ever in a situation like where you have like a qualified strike, it's up to 12 months. So this way you and your family won't lose the benefits when you really need them the most. By the way, you never have to pay that back.
Wow.
Like ever.
Wow.
All right. So Tyler and Bree, now that I've received everything for you guys, I'm sure you can see why 20,000 groups choose this program above all others, and why, more families have our programs than other companies. It's because of the value and the full circle of protection it provides. I mean, Tyler, if something were to happen to you, like a bad car accident, your family would receive $370,000 tax-free, all for about 1 hour's wage per week. So with your current job, there is no guarantee that your family would receive anything at all. So Tyler and Bree, if you went into work tomorrow and you had a choice between what we wrote down, job A and job B, which would you take?
Job B.
Job B. Why do that if you're making more money at job A?
Just because the benefits. I mean, I don't have any, I don't have those same benefits.
I mean, it's clear, like that's what everyone says. It's a no-brainer. Like it's a no-brainer. Okay. I should have silenced my phone. It's throwing me off track, man. I'm sorry about that. Like, can you hear that?
No, I can't.
Man, I put my phone on silent and you just hear that little buzzing, man. I should have threw it across the room.
Understood.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, man, I'm just gonna go over, these health questions for you, right? And I've had some technical difficulties, but I'm going to share my screen so you can see these questions as well as I can, all right?
Okay.
And share. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
All right. So I'm just gonna read through it. You just that way it makes it easier for real smooth. You just answer the questions to the best of your knowledge. All right.
Okay.
So has any of the proposed insured ever been treated for or advised to be treated for alcoholism or alcohol abuse, including membership to AA, or been advised by a physician to reduce alcohol consumption?
No.
Okay. Has any of the proposed insured ever used drugs not prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine, amphetamines, barbiturates, hallucinogens, tranquilizers, narcotics, or sedatives?
No.
Has any of the proposed insured ever had their driver's license suspended or revoked because of a moving violation or been arrested?
No.
No. Okay. Has any proposed insured flown within the last 2 years or intended to fly in the future as other than a passenger or on a scheduled airline?
No.
No. Okay. Has any proposed insured participated within the last 2 years or intended to participate in any of the following activities: auto, motorcycle, or boat racing, parachute jumping, scuba, or skydiving?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not receive the results, being diagnosed as having or receive treatment for high blood pressure, chest pain, heart attack, stroke, or any heart blood circulatory disorder?
No.
All right. Has any of the proposed insured ever had or have been treated for any type of the following conditions: diabetes or any endocrine disorder,
No.
paralysis, epilepsy, mental disease or disorder, or any other nervous systems or brain disorder?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever had arthritis or any injury to or trouble with neck, back, knees, or any of your joints?
No.
To the best of your knowledge and belief, do you have any physical impairment or departure from good health?
No.
Okay. Has any of the insured ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or received the results for, been diagnosed as having, or received treatment for cancer, tumor, or unexplained masses?
No.
All right. Has any of the pros ever been rejected for life or medical hospital insurance, rated, or failed to receive a policy as applied for?
No.
Has any proposed insured in the last 5 years had a physical examination?
Yes.
Okay. When was that? What year? What month?
March 2023.
Okay. And had any medical treatment, includes prescription medications?
No.
Have you been hospitalized within that last 12 months?
No.
No. Okay. Um, is any proposed insured currently a resident in a nursing home or ever been diagnosed as having a terminal illness, including Alzheimer's disease?
No.
All right. Has any of the proposed insured ever had or been treated for any of the following: asthma, um, emphysema, sleep apnea, or any respiratory disorder?
No.
No. Okay. Ulcer, colitis, or other digestive tract disorder?
No.
All right. Cirrhosis, hepatitis, or any other liver disorder, or any blood disorder, or received a bone marrow transplant?
No.
Okay. Kidney, prostate, urinary bladder, or genitorial disorder?
No.
Disease of the breast or uterus or ovaries?
No.
All right. Rheumatoid arthritis or any other musculoskeletal disorder?
No.
Loss of hearing or loss of sight?
No.
Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS, or AIDS related complex, or AIDS related conditions?
No.
Has any proposed insured ever been tested positive for any antibodies to the AIDS or HIV virus?
No.
Does any proposed insured smoke cigarettes or the use of tobacco in any other form?
No.
Has any proposed insured used marijuana in the last 12 years?
No.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so this program is set up for on a once a month computerized deduction through your banking system. Having it done this way gains you this discounted rate, right? So your program is only, I believe it was, $130 a month. All right, so this can be handled anytime between.
I think I saw it a little bit up on the chart for the dates, right? Today's the 17th.
17th, so the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's a
so it
little
can't
too
be the
expensive
29th,
for me.
30th. Do what?
It's a little too expensive for me.
You said what? I'm sorry, can you say that again?
It's a little bit too expensive for me.
Oh, you were talking about the 130 a month?
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Too expensive, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I get it. I totally do. The reason this is called the needs analysis software is because it's designed to expose your covering into financial needs, but the goal is to take care of your concerns without breaking the bank, right? So look, I'm here to help you, not hurt you. Okay. I mean, my job is to help, honestly. So like we go back to that job A and job B chart. Like the job B, it's just what the setup, it's just what the software has set up for you. On the basic program, based on your income, right? So I know you mentioned that 1 hour's rage wouldn't change your lifestyle, and you would pick B without the blink of an eye. You wouldn't have to think about it. Now I just so I can help you out the best way I know how. You're saying that $130 a month won't fit in your budget, right?
Well, when you're saying it like that, I think we can make it work. Which days did you say between?
So you can't draft on the 28th, 30th, or 31st. So I mean, can you make the 28th work? I mean,
Yeah, this
we can
20.
all, and that's the thing about you being, it's policy owned. Like I said, you're the union. So just how if your benefits through work, they can change up without letting you know. Hey, guess what? You're the union, so you can let us know. But I can get you for sure. Draft on the 28th,
Yeah,
and we can adjust it. But let's just get you set up and get these benefits taken care of.
perfect.
So, all right, so we got that set up. All right, and so I mean, I'm going to finish the rest of this form I was going over with you.
Okay,
So I've
perfect.
got your draft dates handled.
Okay.
Now this part that I'm going to go over is the next part is the applications and electronic signatures.
Okay.
Would you like to see that or
No,
again?
you could.
No, I
You
took
could.
it down. Okay, I'm just reading it off to you. Be real quick.
Yeah.
I know it's been a while, so I'll try to get you out. So because this is a member-owned program, like I was explaining earlier, once it's issued, it cannot be taken away by American Income or your employer. So there's an application process which we started with the health questions. In addition, this will always, this will all be signed electronically. So after the application is complete, you'll receive an email from DocuSign, which you'll confirm the accuracy of the information that we're agreeing to electronically. Sign these applications and just as if it was your own signature.
Okay.
All right. So another question we have is, how long will this take? The enrollment process usually takes anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks. All right, if it's approved. So you'll receive your benefits in the mail and a congratulatory letter welcome you to AIL. If you're denied, you'll receive today's deposit back, and you may write to American Income to request more of an explanation as to why. So what comes next is obviously with these benefits, you are conditionally covered from the moment this call ends. So the first bank draft happens immediately within the first 24 to 28 hours of this application. Your bank may not reflect the bank draft for up to 10 days. So please ensure that the funds stay in order to ensure your coverage. So your first premium is going to be $135 because of the $5 application fee we have. So after that, it'll be what you agreed to is the $130 a month. Items we need to complete the application process is just going to be your driver's license, your doctor's information, any medicine taken that you're taking, any medication, the checkbook or bank information, like your routing. We need your routing number, account number, okay, for your account. So health risks, at some point in everyone's life, they become uninsurable and would be declined for insurance, right? So this is usually due to their age, health, habits, things like that. So once you're uninsurable, you typically, you can't get insurance again. So if you're approved, there are 3 possible outcomes. First, you could be approved standard due to having minor or health issues. The second option is that you can fall somewhere in between perfect health and uninsurable line, because the groups we work with, we want everyone to be approved. They're created a category called special risk, where the program would be a few dollars more per month. And in this category, you would pay exactly what someone else would pay for the same health profile. So obviously, the closer you are to the uninsurable line, the more the program would be, right? Does that make sense? Think like it's car insurance, right? So someone with perfect driving record wouldn't pay the same as someone with a lot of speeding tickets, right?
Right.
So the third option is the counter offer. They make this offer for someone that may not have been covered in the past, as a last chance to get covered, right? So if the program comes back different than what we discussed, I will call you and let you know. If that happened, would the few extra dollars be a problem for you? No, right? Okay. So you may receive 1 or more phone calls asking to review the questions I've asked to ensure that everything is accurate on this application. In order to approve your policy, to approve you, the company may send out medical professional to conduct a physical in the privacy of your home at no cost to you. It's important to be prepared, to be responsive during the approval process. Okay. All right. So the virtual enrollment, you'll be receiving a email from DocuSign. Are you familiar with DocuSign?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically review the benefits to ensure that there's no confusion. The summary sheet reflects what you're applying for today. Once you receive the policies for American Income Life, you should keep them in place, keep them out of a, you know, frequent trafficked place, right? You want to keep them in a confined spot, safekeeping, you know, in case the annual renewal happens.
Okay.
So, so for the no cost benefits, they'll be they'll be not email, gosh, they'll be mailed directly to you approximately within 2 weeks. So because of our growth, we're currently expanding our operations. If you know anyone, you know, in between positions, fresh out of school, or looking just for a better career in general, please refer that person, you know, to our servicing agent, to explore a potential career with our company. We greatly appreciate that, you know.
Perfect.
And the last thing is, like I was speaking about earlier.
Here's all the information for the application for you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
The last thing is I'm going to need a little bit of assistance from you. I know I was talking about it earlier. The Google review. Once you do the Google review, like I said, I try to shoot for 5 stars every time. I try to go beyond with my service, and like you said, if you need any questions, I mean, you can shoot me a text at any hour. I mean, I'm up late and I'm up early, so you can shoot me a text. If not, just give me a call. You know, and I greatly appreciate that survey. We really appreciate that a lot. It helps us out so much. And the second thing I need some help with you from is if you could just, like I said, you know, maybe give a text at least or a call to everyone you've mentioned today, because again, you're going to be helping them a lot. You're going to be helping them out a lot by extending those benefits to them. Okay.
Got it.
And you know, Tyler, almost everyone takes advantage of this program, right? You know, like you, because of the value and the cost is very small compared to, you know, a lot of the benefits already out there. Now it's very rare, but sometimes, you know, members cancel. You know, could be a week, a month, a year later. And we end up seeing these same people the next service period, 2 to 3 years later anyway. And, you know, they're upset because, you know, they're no further ahead than where they were, right? Most people end up wanting to reapply for these benefits. The problem is that now the program is more expensive because they're older, or worse yet, some people can't even get into the program anymore because, you know, their health changed. So they're, you know, they can't qualify anymore. But the point is that this is not a short-term fix, right? It's a long-term solution. Okay. So the longer you're into the program, the more valuable it is. So if $130 a month is uncomfortable for you, I mean, let's fix it right now. I mean, let me ask you, how does $130 feel?
Feels fine. Feels great.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to emphasize that because the first draft is going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. But, you know, that your bank might not reflect on, it may not show up for like 10 days. So, you know, I want to make sure that we're good, you know, to go on the first draft and that the money will be there. And, you know, if there's any issues, you know, that create a lot of headaches for both of us because it just reflects poorly on me. And, you know, I want to make sure I do my job right and right the first time. But, you know, it makes it look like I pressured you into doing something you didn't, you know, want to do, or something, getting you something that you didn't want. Are we good on that first draft?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then please make sure, you know, keep this program, you know, it's important, you know, keep this program. It's, you know, it's very important that you keep this in place for your family. The next time we see you, you know, you'll be happy that you did.
Perfect.